Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Christy and this is Christy's Pulse. On this channel, what we do is motivate ourselves to live our best lives in God, and I also share with you our lives in Saskatchewan, Canada. So if this sounds like what you might be interested in, you might want to click on the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the videos on this channel. I also want to remind you that you don't want to miss any of the videos for this year on this channel, and of course it's gonna get better. It's only getting better. It can only get better, right? So today we'll continue with our provincial nominee pathway, and today we'll be talking about Alberta. I had to go and Google how to pronounce that because most of the name of the provinces here, or most of the names in short, you have to get the correct pronunciation. So I know that I'm telling you the correct something. You get it? So let's get to this, guys. Welcome back to the channel, returning subscribers. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for coming back every time you see a notification of a new video on this channel. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. So today, like I said earlier, I'll be talking about the provincial nomination pathway of Alberta. Anyhow I call that in big I set it like that. So that's what we're talking about today. So I might be looking at my notes. That's because I had to we didn't come here through that pathway, so I had to read up about it, and of course I might not have everything stored up in the head, so I might be looking at the notes. Looking at the notes means I actually researched because I want you to know about it. So let's get to it. Like I said in a previous video about Saskatchewan nomination pathway or nominee pathway, I said that PNP is like another way to come to Canada if you are unable to meet up with the express entry eligibility criteria, and different provinces have like their own requirements if you want to come to their province. So today we'll just talk like a general on the requirements for Alberta and Alberta. We'll just talk about that today. I forgot to mention this when I shot the Saskatchewan video, but I think I heard that even if you are still up to 50 years old, you can still come through the provincial nomination for Saskatchewan. But for Alberta, there is no age limit. You can come in as long as you meet the requirements. It doesn't matter what your age is. So this might be good news for people that are maybe above 50 and cannot and have limited options for relocating. If you have as low as 300 in your CRS score or your express entry, you can come to Alberta. Living expenses, the cost of living in that province is also not as high as Ontario and some other provinces. And so it's okay, like it's not so expensive to live in Alberta. I'll call it Alberta, Vico. It's not, because I have this kind of why are you trying to form for? Anytime I say Alberta, it's like I'm trying to form phonetics that I don't have. You know, you people know that I don't have any phonetics, anything in this mouth to say. So sometimes it might come out as Alberta, and that sounds Alberta. So, what was I saying? There's no age limit. CRS as well as 300. Living cost is not so expensive. You don't need to have a job offer. The only downside to living in Alberta is like it is also almost as cold. From what I read, it's almost also as cold as Saskatchewan, and those are like the coldest places in Canada. So if you don't mind the cold, because I asked some white-skinned people, I asked and they said the cold here is not something you get used to. It's not something it's not something that your skin will get used to. It's just something you have to live with. So if you don't mind living with the cold, then this is a province that you might want to, consider relocating to, because of all the other, at least that's just one downside now. There are other benefits of relocating to that province. So if that downside is something you can live with, the cold, if you feel you can layer up, you can wear winter jacket and wear your winter boots and just wear double clothes, that will be okay. Then you might decide to consider this pathway. So for you to come through Alberta Nomination Nominee Program. It's called AINP. It is Alberta Immigrants Nominee Program. And for you to come through this pathway, you need to create an express entry profile, which means that you need to have at least a CLB7. A CLB7 means you need to have at least a 6 in all your modules on IELTS. So for your listening, your writing, your speaking, and your listening, you need to have at least a 6 in each, and that will give you a CLB7. So you need to have that so that you can create a profile on the express entry pool. And even if you have as low as 300, then you still have a chance of being nominated by you still have a chance of getting a nomination from Alberta. The only thing is, when you are creating your profile on express entry, you need to, there's a point you will get to where you'll be asked which province you like to reside in case you get your permanent residence application approved. So at that place, you need to tick Alberta. Like, Alberta has to be like part of the provinces you tick. Plenty people tick plenty places, but I know for Quebec, we'll get to, I might not even talk about Quebec, because for Quebec you need to have you need to be able to speak French. For you to be able to live in Quebec, you need to be able to speak French. So you just check, we just tick as many as you can, but leave out the one that does not concern you. So for most people, Quebec is just left out when they are, you know, ticking those provinces. It's not, they don't charge you for ticking the provinces. You are not it does not add to your points. It does not take away from it. It just gives you opportunity in case for provinces like Alberta and I'm having challenge recalling this thing. Provinces like Alberta and Ontario too chooses from the express entry pool. So for provinces that actually go to your express entry profile to, you know, from there send you an invitation, you just want to, you know, tick those places such that your profile is available to them. Like, they know that you don't mind coming to live in their province, so they also don't mind sending you an invitation to apply to their province. So that is the first step in opening yourself up for a possible nomination from AINP. I'll just be from AINP. AINP is better. AINP. So anytime you hear me say AINP, I'm talking about that thing that is difficult to pronounce. So you get set yourself up for a possible nomination from AINP. So there are two ways to come through AINP, and the first one is if you're a skilled employee, which most people that might be watching this are like you have experience in other countries and you want to relocate to Canada. Or the other pathway is if you're an entrepreneur, that you have a business, that you want to buy a business or you want to start a business in Alberta. So those are the two ways you can come through AINP. And under the skilled employee program, there are three like you can come through like two pathways: a business person, someone that has work experience from other country. And under that place of someone that has work experience, you can come through either Alberta opportunity stream, that's for people that are in Canada already. You can come through self-employed farmers, that's even also for farmers, for farmers in other countries or in Canada already that also want to start a farm in Alberta. This other the first one requires that you're in Canada already, and the second one is very capital expensive, because you are required to start a farm and you are required to have like a large amount of money for you to start that kind of business. A farming business in Canada is like the way someone said it is like the oil business in Nigeria. So you need you have capital for you to start. So the one I'll be talking about in this video is Alberta Express Entry Stream, and that is for, you know, someone that has work experience in another country and wants to come to Canada through AINP. So you remember that for Saskatchewan, they had both the express entry and the occupation in demand, which I said could also be called paper-based. I'll leave the Saskatchewan pathway like somewhere on my screen, the link to watch that. So for Saskatchewan, you had the opportunity to come through express entry or through paper-based. But for Alberta, you can only come through express entry because you need your profile on IRCC portal. That's your express entry profile for you to be able to apply to them. You don't even apply to them. They check your application. they check your profile on the express entry pool, and this depends on their NOC. Like if the because of course you also impute your work experience on your express entry profile, so they just, of course, it cannot be manual search. They search, and if they have demand for your work experience that you have, stated in your express entry profile, then you have a chance of getting an invitation from them for you to apply to them. So this invitation depends on their NOC requirements at different times. It could vary. So it's possible that you don't get an invitation to apply from Alberta today, and you get maybe in the next 1 month, depending on their NOCs, which for most provinces gets updated time to time. Their needs for skilled workers, for experienced skilled workers, gets updated, and they also update that on their profiles and all. So their decision to send you an ITA is dependent on their NOC requirements per time, and as long as your profile is open, is ticked, like you want to stay in their province, you have a chance, as long as they have need for your NOC. So some of the things to note in deciding to go through AINP is that your express entry profile cannot be older than 9 months, because your express entry profile expires within a year, and they need your express entry profile to still be valid for at least 3 months before you get their invitation to apply. So check your profiles regularly if it is close to expiration, and Alberta is one province you would like to explore coming to their province, then you want to ensure that your profile is, it's possible. You can decide to, if you discover that one is getting close to expiration and nothing is happening yet, you can decide to delete that and start a new one. There's no crime in doing that. It's just to keep your profile fresh. This is okay if your CRS is low, because if your CRS is not, and of course, if your CRS is low and you have not gotten a nomination, you don't want to delete your profile after you have gotten a nomination, because it's like you are like deleting all the work you have done. So it's just, if you have not gotten a nomination, your profile has not gotten any, it has not been noticed by any of the provinces, nothing has happened, and it's getting close to expiration, you can decide to delete that profile and create a new one, such that your profile is kept fresh for any opportunity that might come from any province that you don't send an application to them. They look at your profile on express entry to decide to either send you an invitation or not. So the other thing to also note is that you should also get your proof of funds ready. Like their proof of funds is the same with the IRCC. So you need your ECA, that's your education credential assessment. There are a lot of bodies that does this assessment, but WES has been noted to be the fastest, so most people use WES. And depending on the that you have, the education you have, there are some, for example, for law, I think is IQAS is better for them. So, and for pharmacy, so you want to also confirm which body is best to assess your credentials. But for our normal education, WES is just the fastest. What's not normal? But you understand what I mean, Sha. They send you a notification of interest. That's like they are inviting you to apply to their province. So you get this notification of interest in your express entry profile, and you're expected to respond to this notification of interest notification. You're expected to respond to that notification of interest within 2 weeks, and that response is just to let them know that you're actually interested in going further to pursue getting a possible nomination from their province. So it's not that response within 2 weeks is not, they are not asking you for documents that will be like too difficult or too, basically the major thing that you're expected to respond with is your notification of interest letter, which they send to you. So it's not something so it's not like they want you to go and bring something that is not possible within 2 weeks. Then after you respond is when they now send you an email to submit your proper, like the full documents. And after submission, if they are okay with the document, they are fine with everything you sent, Then you get a nomination from them. And after you get a nomination, the nomination certificate is what you upload on your express entry profile. You need to change that. There's a place on your express entry profile that will ask if you have a nomination from a province. So when you get a nomination certificate, you can go back to that place to edit that. Yes, you have your nomination. You upload your nomination certificate, and 600 points is added to your profile. And by the next time IRCC is issuing out ICAs for people that meet the cutoff points for CRS, of course, you know that your 300 plus 600 is 900, and IRCC cutoff profile has never been more than 400 and something, like 475. I think that was the highest, or 495. So you are sure to get an ITA, and from there you can continue your application for permanent residence. Permanent residency. I mean, my permanent residence. My English this afternoon, I decided to travel out. So that's just all about AINP. So in case there are questions about AINP that I also feel that I did not answer in this video, like I said, I am not an immigration consultant, so I might not be able to, capture everything in this video. But in case you have questions that you feel like I did not answer in this video, you can just ask me in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to respond to you. Or in case you don't want to ask in the comment section, you can come to Instagram. I'll leave the handle somewhere on the screen. You can come to Instagram to my DM to ask. In case I don't respond to you like fast, I'm sorry, but I will definitely get to your question and answer if I am able to, because I am not an immigration consultant, so my answers will also be based on research I'll do, questions I'll ask people, and so we'll be able to find solutions to the questions that you have. Which other province do you think we should talk about? Which other province do you want to know more about that you want me to do video about? Tell me in the comment section and let's get this done. So in case there's anyone that will benefit from watching this video, please click on the share button, please click on the like button, and please subscribe to the channel in case you haven't. Click on the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thank you. Till we'll meet in the next video. Have a beautiful life. Bye.